Hello everybody, my videos, my name is Tetris Games. Today we do a top 10 video. Okay, for a top 10, we're focusing on a classic. It's fantastic. It is of course Tetris, and of course it ties in with the release of Tetris Forever, which I haven't played yet. But for this top 10, it's basically two simple rules. The first rule is, yes, it's going to be in order, as my favourite game is going to be number 1, and also any system. The second rule is basically every game on the list must feature Tetris in its title. So unfortunately games like Super Twin Twist on the Amiga, which is great, cannot feature on this list. So we'll start off at number 10 on the list. It's Tetris Games top 10 Tetris video. Let's go.
Number 10.
Okay, let's get this video off and running, shall we? Start off at number 10 on the list. This is Tetris. Technically, no, it's Tetris Pro on the Amiga, copyright 1993. Okay, so the game is Tetris Pro, developed by Logic Systems and published by 2000 AD for the Amiga in 1993.
1.
And for this video, it features at number 10. And it wasn't actually the first Tetris game I played, but it was the first one I played on the Amiga. But I do believe this also was a free game. But when it comes to Tetris, it's a classic, isn't it? We all know what you've got to try and do. You've got to try and rearrange the blocks that fall from the top, rearrange them in such a way to create lines with them. But in this game, not only are we doing that, but every time you remove a line, you're actually unveiling an image that takes place behind. Once the full image is unveiled, then you go on to the next level. Now, certain cubes will have an image on it, and it's only activated when you're putting it down. It's actually clearing a line. If it's not clearing a line, the image will be taken away and it becomes the regular cube. But what you want to try and get the most is the bomb skill. Putting it down, creating a line with it, it actually removes any empty spaces. It's a good way of getting different combos. Now, one friend from school did actually say to me one time, do you actually know what a Tetris is? And I said to him, no, I don't. He said to me it was actually removing 4 lines. I didn't know that back in the day. But yeah, it's a classic, isn't it? It's a really good game. And some versions on Amiga didn't actually have many which had Tetris in the title, and some didn't actually have any music at all. This one's quite cool and calm, isn't it? At the moment of time, it's going fairly well, but it's still very early days. But some levels, you have to try and remove a minimum of 2 lines to unveil parts of the picture. A single line will do absolutely nothing. It is good though, about halfway so far. The game is split into levels, and each one requires a set number of lines to be completed. As you do so, you gradually reveal a cartoonish picture in the background, varying from anything from a semi-naked girl to a candlestick. Right, so we are still at number 1. We have currently done 16 lines. But yeah, if you get the dollar symbol and you're activating a line when you put it down, you do earn a 10,000 points bonus. If you get the one with the arrows, that actually literally turns the game on its head. And during that time, it gets to be more difficult. But you do earn ×3 bonus every time you move 1 line. You can either get through it by surviving during those 60 seconds, or you pick up the R icon. I think that will reverse it back to normal.
Do what you have to do.
But there we go, first one's done, 22 lines. Okay, we arrive at level 2, and you can see now blocks are actually in place right from the start, and of course a new image. Right, the power-ups write all down, so basically the bomb will clean up all empty space. The plus symbol speeds your game up, the minus symbol slows your game down. The N stands for next, which removes the preview piece, and the panic, which is basically arrows up and down, will actually flip the screen upside down for a grand total of 60 seconds, but during this time you actually earn 3 times score. The R resets the panic mode, and the dollar symbol, once put down, does earn you 10,000 points score. Of course, it's a great way of earning additional high score. But yeah, it's a nice touch, but the first time I played this game, I didn't quite understand how it works. I was putting things down, nothing was happening. But yeah, only when you're moving a line with it, what is on the block is then activated. But then some of them do actually work against you. But sometimes if it's working against you, it can actually work for you in terms of score. There we go. So that will actually flip the screen upside down, but of course, not forming the line with it, so it does nothing. Don't particularly want it upside down anyway, so it's more difficult that way. Reverse your control as well. There you go, it's Bugs Bunny. I'm sure it's Bugs Bunny. Right, we're not getting a lot of luck in terms of blocks at the moment of time. And when we get one, it's not got anything on it. It's not a bad thing though. We're going to win it nevertheless. We should do. Look at that, back-to-back Tetris pieces. That's quite rare in this game.
3. Do what you have to do.
There we go, fantastic. More enough footage, that is Tetris Pro.
Number 9.
Okay, we move over to number 9 on the list. This is a game which I played very late in my life, but being Super, you know it's going to be on the SNES. This is Super Tetris 3, released in 1994. Right, so in this game, you have a choice of 3 different modes: Tetris Classic, Sparkliss, and Sparkliss. For this video, we'll go for a good old standard Tetris Classic. Okay, so the game is Super Tetris 3, developed by the Toes, published by Bulletproof Software for the SNES, released in Japan December 16th, 1994.
Bingo!
Super Tetris 3 is a follow-up to Super Tetris 2 plus Bombliss, this time replacing the Tetris Bombliss mode with brand new Sparkliss and Sparkliss modes, plus a 4-player families mode for multi-tap owners.
Bingo!
Really good. Love it already. Haven't played any of his earlier games, but this wasn't the game I was originally put in number 9. Unfortunately, I can't get it anymore. It was on Xbox 360, which is Tetris Splash. I've played it before, but it's been so many years since I last played it. I have lost it over the course of time. I'm going to go get it again, but unfortunately, Xbox Live Arcades are now redundant.
Bingo!
So, anyway, I looked around and I thought, well, I haven't seen this game before, give it a try. It has 3 different modes, and even though it's very early days, I love it already. But yes, the other 2 modes are quite complicated, but Classic Tetris has got a feature, and what I love about it, I haven't got all guns blazing, to keep it simple, and I love that.
Bingo!
So each level we've got to try and clear 25 lines in total. Keep it below that line, don't go over the line, and don't run out of lives. I don't know if you earn additional lives through score, I don't know if it has continues, it's very early days, that I don't know the answers to. But you cannot go wrong with Classic Tetris. Performs so well, really is good. Right, there we go, Tetris. Tetris is a straightforward adaptation of a classic game that is nearly identical to the previous game's adaptation, with 2 different single-player game modes. Endless mode, and this one is a standard mode, which has players playing in short stages. We must clear 25 lines to advance to the next stage. The game includes 6 rounds, with later rounds adding layers of garbage blocks that must be dealt with at the start of each stage. Each of which has 10 stages with increased speed, and the mode also includes life systems and the players are scored in between the stage. But yes, like the last game, that also confused me at first. I thought, where's your score? There's no score. But yes, you earn it in between the stages.
Triple!
Right, triple. So going well. 9 lines to go, and of course, all 3 lives intact. There you go. Back-to-back Tetris pieces once again. 2 to go. Apparently this game is also available in Tetris Forever, which I thought was a brand new game. I suppose in the way it is, but it's basically a compilation of the previous Tetris games. And it's complete, so we've got 9 singles, 3 triples, and 2 Tetrises. Okay, quick go of Sparkliss, and this new variation of Bombliss from the previous game with a high fantasy theme. The main gameplay difference is that explosive bomb blocks are now magical blocks with a different blast pattern, affecting the blocks cardinal directions only. And yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I'm assuming the rules of the game are to try and get rid of all of them. But yes, the amount of lightning blocks you've got, the bigger the outcome. So you can change very quickly, but yeah, you've got to try and clear a line. At any caught in the blast will increase the results. But also, if you put 4 small lightning blocks together, like in a cube, it will form a big massive cube. Like in Super Puzzle Fighter 2, that sort of thing. Which is going to increase your chance of succeeding it. Let's see what we've got from that. Right, we've got 2 left. So with that in place, this should be doable. But you need quite a lot of luck in getting the right piece, which a lot of the time it's not going my way. So what we'll do is just increase it nevertheless. We're still not really getting what we need. But there we go, it's done. New record, 82. There you go, more footage, that is Super Tetris 3.
Number 8.
Okay, for number 8 on the list, we move over to PlayStation 2 this time, and I literally haven't played this game for about 20 years. I can't believe it's been as long as that. But anyway, it'd be nice to go back to it today. If you try and remember how to play it, of course. Tetris Worlds came out in 2002. Okay, so the game is Tetris Worlds, a version of the video game Tetris, originally released in 2001 for Microsoft Windows and the Game Boy Advance. It was later released for Xbox, GameCube and PlayStation 2 in 2002, and in 2003, an Xbox Live version titled Tetris Worlds Online and a single disc compilation version was also released for the Xbox. And that was very good to read at the same time of doing it. The game is great though, but I haven't played it for literally about 20 years, even though I do actually prefer the previous 2 games on the list. The reason why this was higher on the list is basically I played it more. I got it originally on the first day of release, but I wasn't sure at first, which is why I just kept on playing it. But the one thing I wasn't overly keen on was this character right here. Now he's basically a Mino. Minos is a species found on the planet Hader 4. They were a robust mechanical species, and it's possible they have first been built by organics, as in the case with most mechanics. Minos are intelligent and have just unlocked the secrets of the Terions, and now know that manipulating the blocks in a certain way, they can turn a Terion into an interstellar transportational device. And yeah, it's been so long, I've totally forgotten what you've got to do, but of course, the usual Tetris mechanics are there. Now, the number behind your Minos back is basically your ranking. But you've got to try and get a certain quantity of lines in that time limit. I don't know if that increases your level or your rating. That I don't know. But it's going to take some serious doing. But when you run out of time, you don't technically die. You just keep going until you can actually finish the required quantity of lines, and then you carry on again. But if you do it successfully, then you go from 6 to 7 or 7 to 8, whatever the case may be. But doing 12 in 18 seconds takes some serious doing. But the game is good, but there are better ones out there. But it has got some nice mechanics. I mean, yes, this one can actually hold an item in possession, and when it comes to what you can see next, you can see quite far in advance. And it's one of the first Tetris games I played that did that. But there we go, we've got 8 more to do, we've run out of time. So we don't lose a life, we just keep going. Right, let's give this a try, shall we? Let's see if we can do the next ranking. Starting from now, 30, we'll try and achieve. There we go, done it! Back-to-back Tetrises. Rank up, we've gone from 6 to 7. My goodness. 4. Woohoo! Look at that! By the skin of my teeth. There we go, we've ranked up. Now, every time you rank up, the stage actually changes. In this case, grows. Quite a bit, it seems. There we go. I now understand the secret now. Basically, when you get back-to-back Tetrises, it doesn't just deduct 4 or 8 from the required ones you need. It's a lot more than that. So we need 10. That was 10. Right, we've ranked up. Now we need 35. The platform-specific versions of Tetris World were developed by 3 different companies. Blue Planet Software developed the PC and PlayStation 2 versions, Radical Entertainment developed the GameCube and Xbox versions, while 3D6 Games developed the Game Boy Advance version. All versions were published by THQ under the license from Tetris Company. Tetris. There we go. 27 in 1 minute 7. Takes some serious doing once again. Messed it up already. Yes! Yes! Much better! Oh, then that goes and happens. But 4 in 40 minutes should be doable. So I think you've got to try and rank up twice to actually get the rank up. I don't recall that back in the day. 30 seconds. Ooh. What I need is next. Triple? Yes! Rank up. There we go. No one bites the dust. There we go. Rank 9. I don't even know what you've got to try and reach, but these are certainly reaching off the screen now. There's more footage that is Tetris Worlds.
Number 7.
Okay, for number 7 on the list, we move over to the Xbox 360. There we go. Okay, next one on the list, number 7. This is also a game which I haven't played for so long, but like the last game, yes, it's been a while, but this one came out 5 years later on Xbox 360. This is Tetris Evolution. This is also another game which I've never played in 2-player mode, but of course this one can be played online with 3 other people that I've also never experienced. But anyway, we'll go for a basic 25-line race. Okay, so the game is Tetris Evolution, a video game based on Tetris. It was released in 2007 by THQ for Xbox 360, and it was THQ's 4th and last Tetris game after Tetris Worlds, Tetris Advance and Tetris Elements. And like Tetris Worlds, this is also a game we did play quite a bit when it first came out, but it was in so many years as the last is. But it's got some nice additions, nice visuals, nice music. And we do have a grand total of 8 different modes. We have the race, score, hotline, go low, eraser, cascade, ultra, and the classic marathon thrown into the mix. And also you get to customise your profiles you're liking, choose from any of the 25 skins and the 300 icons, and also choose one of the 15 backgrounds. And of course, achievements. I have to admit though, when it comes to achievements over PlayStation trophies, I've always preferred the achievements. Now where it says down the bottom right hand corner where it says race, above that you've got those kind of squares. That is basically your achievements. So some of them I've got, I still need 9 of the 40 on offer. Because I've hardly ever played this game in on-play mode and multiplayer mode, that's probably where a lot of the remaining achievements are probably to be gained. But because it's quite an old game now, and of course Xbox Live Arcade is pretty redundant now, you probably don't get to see people play this game very much. But also in this game, yes, I'm trying to get these back-to-back Tetrises, but you can also keep one in your possession. We've also got the Ghost, and also when it comes to seeing more in advance, not as much advanced as the last game. But it's always a nice addition to have that in place. So we need to try and get 13. We don't run out of time. In fact, the time I think is going up, not down. But depending on your speed will depend on your score. But in a game like this, I mean, it's very rare that the pieces do actually go in your favour. But this Tetris is what I'm trying to get, and yeah, 9 more to go. There's so many of Tetris games which I've not experienced in multiplayer modes. Not very many at all, which is quite a shame really, because these sort of games, it's the ultimate play, isn't it? It's a good game to play with your friends and your families. Right, 2 minutes and 3. Right, and of course, every so often you might notice that an extra line is also added into the mix, which can also be adjusted in your options screen. We need 3 more. That will help. There's 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Fantastic. There we go. The star of the show is here. No, not me. The giraffe. Right, we're ending with a quick race. Sprint mode. Goal amount can be set to between 20, 25, and 49. So what I've also done for this part of the video, I've actually increased the fill rate to high. So like before, but this time it will fill up a lot faster. It already has. Tetris Evolution features standard guideline rules of gameplay, much like the game at Tetris Zone. T-spin triples are not recognised. Customizable options for playfield skins, player options, backgrounds, etc. are also available. And the only thing I'd like to change about this game, what I feel this game needs, considering it's an old game now, is maybe the option to play against a computer. That'd be a good thing. So yeah, we need 7. Now 5. It's a really cool game, it's nice to go back to, but yeah, very briefly I did go onto Xbox Live and amazingly no, there was no one there available to play. Never mind, we'll go with just this. We've got the start of the show anyway. And what they've basically done is basically recorded some footage, just put it in the or reversed it at the end. Either way, he's a very hungry boy, isn't he? 3. But yeah, the pieces never run in your favour really. There we go. More footage though, that is Tetris Evolution.
Number 6.
There we go, this is indeed the first of the channel. Nintendo DS has never featured before. Anyway, got it quite late in my life. It's a good game though. It's a Tetris DS, copyright 2006, Nintendo. Current of the games, Tetris DS, a puzzle video game written and published by Nintendo. The Nintendo DS released in 2006. An installment to the Tetris franchise, the game supports up to 10 players locally and supported online multiplayer, up to 4 players using the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection prior to its discontinuation. I was still reading at the same time of doing it though, but the game is fantastic. The game features at number 6, so it would be high on the list if it wasn't on the DS. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, DS is very good, I'm a fan of the DS, but in my case it was able to capture and it's on a very small screen. But this is a game I got quite late. In fact, my ex-wife got me this one, and because I got it very late, there's very little of this game I've actually seen. But the usual Tetris mechanics do feature, but yeah, they really went extreme with that and really built on that by including some of its iconic Nintendo characters, which in this case is Mr. Mario Brothers. So basically it's broken down into 2 parts, so your performance on the right will determine his performance on the left. You play well, he plays well. If you die, he loses. You go at a reasonable pace, and he moves fast, which of course is what he wants to do. But it's not just Mario, also you have Metroid, Zelda, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi. And apparently the Yoshi game is based around Yoshi's Cookie, a game I've never played before, but Yoshi's always been my favourite in the Mario games. And also, it's been very difficult to record. As a result of that, I'm actually using a zip step, which of course is not a bad thing, but that limits the controls, which is why I'm using spacebar to hold a tile, which does feature here, and also you can see quite a lot in the next inventory, which is also a very good thing. But some games had that, some games had more than that, some had less than that, some didn't feature at all. But this first part, you've got to try and reach 20 lines. That will take you to the next part of the level, which is going to take place on the underground. But yeah, you've got to try and defeat the evil Bowser. Right. Try and keep it at a reasonable pace. Keep him going. Because if you stop, he stops. Keep him moving. Right. We need some Tetrises or triples or doubles. Anything to really keep him moving. You've got to keep him moving. That should do it. Right, and of course, we have the classic flag. It's there. One big jump, and that's all we need. Move on. There you go. Back-to-back Tetris. We head to the underground. Unfortunately, I had to restart, made too many mistakes. Tetris DS features several new modes of play, each with different theme style of retro Nintendo games, including Super Mario Bros., Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, and Yoshi's Cookie. Multiplayer gameplay also incorporates items used competitively, and the game received positive reviews from critics who criticised it as additional game modes and multiplayer capabilities. Long after its release, it continued to be held as the best portable Tetris title, and one of the best in the series. So basically, what you've got to try and do, you've got to try and successfully defeat the story, or the game, by getting 100 lines. In doing that, you'll defeat the evil Bowser. But yes, unfortunately I had to restart, but I'm going to try and change my way this time by getting back-to-back, if possible, Tetrises. Right, there we go, change of game. Is it Mario 2 or Mario 3? Both of them I haven't finished, but the first game is my favourite, being the first one I played. But it's still a very nice touch, and I love the music as well. We're currently at level 4, and this is line 36. I don't want to make too many mistakes in the early stages, even though I made a few in previous attempts. Right, there we go, 40. So yeah, question to the viewers. What is your favourite of all the Mario games? Let me know in the comments box below. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Perfect. Just keep it that way. That one there, put that there, and that in there. 45. Right. See you light of day again. Oh, poo! Messed up! Oh! That's going to take some serious doing. Right, we'll try. Do one's best. That there. Try and rectify the mistakes. Oh my god, there's another one. Right, there he is, the big bad boss. Unfortunately, I made a bit of a mistake, and it's difficult to try and rectify that mistake. We might just do it, but unfortunately it's going to take place a bit too close to the top for my liking. There he is. But is it the real Bowser, or is it a fake? Maybe. No doubt, for sure, the princess is going to be a different castle. She always is, isn't she? Oh my lord. 94. The music is faster. It's actually in panic mode. It's there. There. Of course, it gets faster, you expect that. Not just the music, but the gameplay. There we go. Fantastic. There we go. One of the footage, that is Tetris DS.
Number 5.
have to admit, I totally forgot this game had 2 digital versions. But yes, you've got the classic Tetris, but for this part of the video, we'll go for the next Tetris. Okay, we're now officially at the halfway mark. This one will take me quite some time to capture, but we got there in the end. This is the next Tetris, came out in 1999 for the PlayStation 1. Okay, so the game is the next Tetris.
Clear the bottom row of blocks to win.
A puzzle video game in the Tetris series developed by Blue Planet Software. The game was originally released for PlayStation by Hasbro Interactive, released June 16th, 1999. And in the year 2000, a version of the Dreamcast which included online multiplayer was called the Next Tetris Online Edition that was published by Crave Entertainment in the United States.
Pieces of different colors will fall apart.
The Dreamcast version was released in Europe the following year with an online functionality removed.
Well done.
There you go. And for this video, it features at number 5. It's a good game though, but I haven't played it for quite a number of years.
That
I
was
played
fast.
quite a lot back in the day. It might not be to everyone's taste though, but basically, yeah, it's quite a similar way to Tetris Worlds. You've got to try and rank up, but this time we'll try and do it 3 times in the time limit. So at the left corner of the screen, we have got these 3 squares. So one of them has successfully got a up green arrow. You'll try and do that 3 times without your time running out. But yeah, I quite liked the chain reaction to this game. So basically, yes, your usual pieces are there. But some of them have got different colours. So basically what happens is, once it's put down, if it's not connected to anything, it will keep falling down to either it hits the obstruction, hits the bottom of the deck, or it merges into another colour.
Quick time.
And it's a good way of getting a decent combo. Now also, if you put one colour next to another colour, they're basically merged together. Like Mr. Judo, I suppose. And if you have too many merged together, they actually explode. Which can sometimes work for you or work against you. It will give you quite a lot of space to fill in. But the most important one to fill is of course that bottom row. But the furthest I reached back in the day was rank 6. But the higher rank you go up, the more you've got to try and do per time. So it takes longer, it's much more difficult. But I do like it though. So yeah, we've got to try and what we do is we put that one there, which drops down. Yeah, like that. Put that one there. So there's a lot of luck involved. There is a lot of luck involved. There. But the most important thing you must do is don't run out of time. Again, you don't take lose, you just don't go any further. Now also, you can't hold any Tetris pieces in this game. And of course, you can see more beyond the next one, but not really much. But yeah, it's very easy to get yourself stuck in a situation, which is slowly starting to happen here. But yeah, the pieces aren't really running in my favour. And yes, the wobble is actually there by default. You can turn that off in the options screen. So we've got to try and clear some of these purple blocks, which should be done fairly soon if we put them in the right locations. To there, and to there. Fantastic. There we go. Rank up. Superb. And there we go. We did that in the grand total of 2 minutes 29, and we got a thumbs up. But other digital bonus, they've gone up to level 3. We're up to level 4. There we go. It's fantastic. So there we go. In no time at all, we've gone from rank 2 to rank 4. I actually forgot you could do that in this game. But yeah, I did try multiple times trying to get past or get further than rank 6. I couldn't do it. Quite a few times I did actually get 2 of the 3 needed in that time, but doing 3 with that time, and the time can be quite tight in later levels, I gave up. But I still do enjoy it, playing it from time to time. So normally at the start of each level you do get some luck. But I suppose it is quite a tactical puzzle, this one, not planning out. So we're not too far away already, so we'll put that one there, and we'll put something there, that will do it. And now, provided it's green, put that there.
Well
in
done.
Space. There you go. 4 minutes 21 remains.
That was fast.
One of the things I think this game needs is, of course, yes, an option to play against the computer, because the multiplayer is very good in this game. But also, it does need to have the option to hold a block. I mean, that would be a big game changer to have that in place. But yes, the single coloured ones are called tetrominos. The multicoloured ones are called multiminos. They're always quite difficult to pronounce, aren't they? Right, final one. I forget how many it needs to blow these up, but we're not too far away. But the colour of choice is blue. like that, which can sometimes lead to combos, but in this case, no, it's just giving me a massive space. 1 minute remains. I'm not in the greatest of locations, because where I want to try and get to is full to the brim with red blocks. Put that down there. We'll try and get rid of those red blocks. Put that there. Actually fill in that space. Put that there. Hopefully we'll drop down there. Like that. There we go. Not a lot of time, but there we go. And rank up is a rank up in both look. There we go. We go to 5. Number 8. Fantastic. More enough for dough. That is next Tetris.
Number 4.
So there we go. It was bound to feature in this video. This is the question of where was it to feature. It was the first version I played, but I didn't own it. So this is Tetris on the original Game Boy, copyright 1989 by Nintendo. So there we go. How many times do you have the word type on one screen? We've got A-type, B-type, A-type, B-type, C-type, no R-type. We'll go for the default setting, we'll go for A-type and A-type. Okay, so the game is Tetris, a 1989 puzzle video game developed and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy. It is a portable version of Alexei Pajitanoff's original Tetris that was bundled in with the North American and European releases of the Game Boy itself. It is the first game to have been compatible with the Game Link cable, a pack-in accessory that allows 2 Game Boy consoles to link together for multiplayer purposes. A remaster Tetris DX was released on Game Boy Color in 1998. It was released for Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console in December 2011 without multiplayer functionality. The game was released on the Nintendo Classic service in February 2023. Very difficult to read at the same time of doing it. What can I say about this game? It's an absolute classic. Amazingly though, I didn't actually own it. But I think most people begun with this game. I think everyone that had a Game Boy back then did have this game. I am certain of that. Because of course, eventually it was bundled in with the box. But yes, I can recall about 3 friends from school that had a Game Boy, the original Game Boy, and they all had this game. But yes, this was not a game that I owned. I didn't actually own an original Game Boy. Quite surprising actually. But you cannot go wrong with this game. I mean, it would be a crime for me not to feature a game like this. Of course, the iconic tune, who could fault that? But yes, it does have 3 choices of tunes in the options screen. And that's a level up. But yes, you've got to try and, of course, just keep it going for as long as you possibly can. I don't know if it's actually pleasable. I assume it is. I don't know. But we've done 10 lines, and this is, of course, level 1. We want to try and get as much... Well, of course, there's no combos in here, but yes, you want to try and get the Tetris. That's the ultimate, isn't it? But it took me years to realise that every single block was made up of 4 blocks, just different shapes. But yeah, it's a classic. Right, there we go. Level 4, lines 44. Tetris has been credited as a Game Boy's killer app. It topped the Japanese sales charts during August and September 1989. And from December 1989 to January 1990, it topped the US sales charts during August and September 1989 and in December 1989. Nintendo sold 2.5 million copies by early 1990 as a top seller. About 7.5 million copies had been sold in the United States by 1992. And by 1997, 29.72 million units have been sold worldwide, including bundles. As of June 2009, more than 35 million copies have been sold worldwide. And amazingly, none of those was by me. It's quite surprising really, but yes, if this was a game that I had back in the day, it most certainly would have been in number 1. But of course, it is so good. But yeah, what I like about it is it's a simple idea, it works so well. Sometimes the simple ideas are the best ideas. A bit like Lemmings, a simple idea, it works so well. Worms, a simple idea, it works so well. So, it's a question of just how far can we get? How far can we go? Level 5, lines 55. Oh, it's a question of when do you stop? I just don't know. I'm having such a good time playing this game. It's so addictive. Simple ideas can be so addictive. But then puzzle games can be like that. There's so many puzzle games out there which it's very easy to not get addicted to. Like on Amiga, for example, Bill's Tomato Game, Logical, also on the Amiga, Pushover, One Step Beyond. They're all very addictive games. And so is this, even games like Bust a Move on the PlayStation 1. Very, very addictive. You can't just play it for like 10 minutes. You can play it for hours. So we'll go to level 10. I think it's a good place to stop. That is level 9. And 90 lines. I'm assuming it's going to be 100 lines to level 10. I assume so, but of course, it does get faster, you expect that. The official Nintendo magazine ranks Tetris 5th on its list of the 100 best Nintendo games. Game Informer Ben Rees called it the best Game Boy game and a legendary puzzle game, and in 2019 PC Magazine included the game on their top 10 best Game Boy games, commenting, Tetris serves an addictive and challenging gameplay on go for all ages. All ages, you can play it for ages, but yes, we are now one away from 100. A few silly mistakes, we're trying to read at the same time, does add quite a lot of challenge to it. But we're not really getting what we need. That is what I need, we put that there first. But yeah, I couldn't believe it back in the day when someone said to me, do you know what Tetris is? And I said no. And I didn't realise that each piece is made up of 4 blocks. I didn't know. I was at school, I was young, I didn't know, but I didn't own it. There we go. 10, 103, it's a classic, isn't it? But there we go. There's more than footage. That is Tetris.
Number 3.
Okay, next on the list, we've got number 3, and also returned back to the PlayStation 1 again. One of my favourites on the PlayStation 1 is the Tetris Plus 1996, the Tetris Company. Okay, select mode. This is a game I actually already have finished, quite some time ago actually. We've got classic mode, puzzle mode, versus, edit, and options. For this part of the video, we'll go for puzzle mode. Okay, so the game is Tetris Plus, a puzzle video game developed by Jellicoe for arcades in 1996, which was ported to Sega Saturn, PlayStation and Game Boy later in the year. The game will be followed by a sequel, Tetris Plus 2, released in 1997. And it's absolutely outstanding. This is a game which I randomly saw in an electronics boutique, paid £24.99 for it. I couldn't stop playing it. But yeah, I didn't actually realise it was actually an arcade. Hadn't seen any reviews, never saw it in a magazine. But my lord, it's fantastic. But yes, what I like about it is, yes, basically it's a Tetris game, but of course we've got much additional twist. The biggest change, of course, is 2 additional characters. One of them is the Professor. You've got to try and get him to the bottom of the screen by making him fall through a 2-space gap.
Ouch.
But of course, it still plays like Tetris, but yeah, you've got to try and get him down there by getting rid of the blocks by using the Tetris pieces. So here, you've got to try and make sure he falls through a 2-space gap. But also, if you do put a block over his head, he has no option but to climb. Which is difficult when you have these hazards nearby. So at the top of the screen, we do have this deadly spike situation going on. So drop that there, fall through the floor, and sometimes you do earn some treasure. Your score will determine on how quickly you do it. So 14.9, we get 18,100 points for it. And you're jumping for joy, look at that. Right, stage 4. Yeah, the early stages are very simple, but it's more of a tutorial. So the same rule applies, we'll try and get him down there. So we need to have a Tetris piece, not to fall right down to the bottom. And also, sometimes you have to try and close it in into a small space. And keep it there until the time is right to drop.
Yeah.
But there we go, it is superb. 13.9, 18,500 points. Okay, we arrive at stage 5. Of course, some cases you have no choice but to put a block over his head. Now when he's walking normally, he's not near any hazards, he will walk. And he walks very slowly, but here, we've got to try and make him run. And when he runs, he only runs when he's close to the hazard. But falling from a height is not easy kill for him. There you go. The game consists of 2 main modes, Classic Mode and Puzzle Mode. Classic Mode is a standard Tetris game. Puzzle Mode is a mission-based mode where the player must clear a pre-arranged puzzle layout in a limited time. Also included is an editor for making puzzle mode levels and capable for competitive multiplayer in either game mode. The console version also has a 2-player versus mode, which is essentially puzzle mode with 2 players racing to the finish line. Right, so this one, okay, we're going to try and clear the area on the right hand side first. Now also, if any of your Tetris blocks hit the top of the ceiling, they'll break. Which, so many times in this game, that's what we've got to try and do. But there you go, there's a big massive gap. We should go to the area now and reward more treasure. 20.4 seconds, 50,900 points. There you go. Okay, stage 12. Look at that, back-to-back Tetrises.
Double.
That's a space ball, isn't it? Right, it's going to put him in the middle.
Ouch.
Now, when the character can't move, he actually falls asleep. It's not a bad thing, though. When he's doing that, he's out of danger. A lot of the problems you be facing in this game is basically your own problems. Putting something in the wrong location. It's very easy done in a game like this, especially with limited space. Now, if the time reaches 125 seconds, the scene actually drops at a faster pace. By that time, you won't earn an additional bonus. Not time bonus, anyway. But a lot of the time, you just be crushing what you need until you get what you need. But not too bad. But we need one of those on the other side now. We should be homeward bound.
Single.
One of those. There's got to be a 2-space gap. Another time it's not. Let's put that one there. And again, we need a Tetris piece. One on the left, one on the right. Bingo, just stay there.
Single.
Fantastic. There we go. Time 51.3. Grand total 3,500.
Ouch.
Not bad. Not too shabby though.
Double. Single.
You're a bit too close for my liking. The one who's panicking.
Single.
But unfortunately, he's on the wrong side of the playfield.
Double.
Oh, blimey. This guy needs a new pair of pants. That's for sure.
Single.
Quickly goes it. There you go.
Yeah.
Stage clear. Nothing for that apart from a terrified professor. There we go. More footage. That is Tetris Plus.
Number 2.
Next one on the list, we move over to the PlayStation 5. Press the PS button on your controller. Right, there we go. We arrive at number 2. We move over to the PlayStation 5. This is a game which has physical, which as you can see is still sealed. This game is outstanding. This is Tetris Effect connected on the PlayStation 5. Right, so far I've actually got to level 51. I'm currently a master, and also I've already completed the beginner, normal, and expert modes. I was addicted to this game. I still am. It's so good. Okay, so the game is Tetris Effect, a block-dropping arcade-style puzzle video game directed by Japanese studio Monstars and Resident Air and published by Enhanced Games. The game is released worldwide exclusively for the PlayStation 4 on November 9th, 2018 and features support for PlayStation VR. A Microsoft Windows version, which supports Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, was released exclusively on Epic Games Store July 23rd, 2019. And a version for the Better Quest standalone VR headset was also released May 14th, 2020. And for this video, it features at number 2. This game is absolutely outstanding. I seriously can't fault it, but this is a game I also did play quite late. The first time I played it was actually January 2025. And even though I played it very late, even though I got it very, very late, I played it quite a bit, not gonna lie. I've already finished it on beginner, normal, and expert. Expert was very difficult, but a challenge I wanted to do, and I managed to achieve it eventually. But of course, it's a Tetris game on a whole new level, but each level is based around the beat of the music, and the music is so good in this game. It's not technically the first level of the game, it's the first one I picked, but this is Journey Mode, and this is the Spirit Canyon. We've got to try and get to 30 lines in the fastest time possible, and also in the best way. Now we're going to get a good speed, and also get lots and lots of Tetris here, you're going to get a good score, a good ranking. The best ranking to get in this game is SS, which I have done a few times. We've got to be absolutely tip-top perfect on that one. Now also in this game, you do have a skill which is called Zone, which is not maxed out yet. Once it's activated, it actually stops time, and it's a good way of catching up if you're getting close to the top. At the moment of time, it's going fairly well. And time-wise, 1 minute and 50. It's not too shabby. And this control pad is superb. I'm a big fan of the PlayStation 5 controller. The problem I've got with this game though is, this is the PlayStation 4 version. And when it comes to VR, I have got the PlayStation 5 version. So of course it doesn't work. So what I might have to do in the future is maybe get this game on the PlayStation 5, or get the next VR down. Either way, I will play it eventually. And in this game, it can also hold one of the Tetris blocks. Right, 25 or 30, now 26. It's so good. Now, you can actually zoom in a lot more than I thought you could in this game. That's one of the things that put me off at first. Once I found out you could zoom in, that was enough to want me to get it. Right, we've got the max, but we're doing alright here. Keep going. 29. One more. Super. Really, really is good. 2 minutes and 44. High score, or area score, 6,246. It's not going to be a high score though, because I'm trying to be at the same time. That's a D. Not bad. But could be a lot better. But anyway, I have played it quite a bit. As you can see, we are Master, level 51. Next rank up is 20,400 points. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the next part of the video, because the music's so good in this game, I don't particularly want to talk over it. So what I'm going to do now is pick one at random and let the game do the talking. And the reason why I'm doing it as a beginner, because as a beginner you only do 30 lines, so I think it's enough for this part of the video. We'll go for one of my favourites, go for the Balloon High. Okay, quick go, clear 30 lines, quickest time possible. This time I'm going to read over it. I'm not going to talk over it. We're doing a good start though. Try one's best.
We embark on this ride to find out who we are. We look up to the sky to find out who we are. We embark on this ride to find out who we are. We look up to the sky to realize nothing can stop us, nothing can stop us. We can touch the sky. Nothing can stop us, nothing can stop us. We can touch the
I wasn't worried. 32 out of 30. Will it or won't it be an SS? SS! Very, very happy with that. Fantastic.
Number 1.
But there we go, just in time we got there. Number 1 pick, this is an amazing game. Tetris DX on the Game Boy Color. Got it in 1999. My favourite Tetris game of all time. So this game, a bit different to the first one. This one we've got the Marathon, Ultra, 40 lines, and versus computer. Okay, so the game is Tetris DX, a Game Boy Color game that enhances Nintendo's usual game of Tetris with 3 new gameplay modes, a profile save feature, and color graphics can be played with the Game Boy Color and later systems. The game was released in Japan and the United States in 1998, Europe 1999, and December 12, 2024, the game was added to Nintendo Switch Online. And it's absolutely amazing. No surprise really, being the first ever Tetris game I got. It's my favourite of the lot. I got my first ever Game Boy Color December 1999. Basically, my dad got it for me for Christmas. Amazingly though, there's no games in the box. Dad gave me some extra money to go get myself a few games with that. No surprise really, me being me, the first game I got was R-Type DS. I bought that one from Dixon's. This is also a game I desperately wanted to try and see what it's going to look like in colour and how it's going to perform in colour. But yes, this one I got from Argos. What I paid for it I cannot remember. It wasn't overly much, about £20. But yeah, it was superb. I was so happy to finally have a Tetris game in my collection. And once I played it for the first time, I just kept playing it over and over and over again. I just couldn't get enough of this game. It's so good. The only disadvantage, of course, it was on a very small screen. But like the original game, of course, you have 3 different music tracks to select in the optional screen. But amazingly though, its most iconic one didn't feature. That was a surprise. But the 3 tracks are great. The one you're hearing now is my favourite of the 3. But there we go, we've got to level 1 already. But yeah, I've got to try and get as many lines as possible in the time you can survive, really, basically. But yes, I don't know if it's actually a completable game. I still don't know to this day it is a completable game. I assume it probably is. I'm not a fantastic Tetris player, but I'm okay. It's like pinball. Sometimes I play well, and sometimes I don't play so well. But yes, I did get quite a good score back in the day. But yes, every time you get to a certain level, the background actually changes colour. But it performs so well, it looks so good, it sounds so good, it performs really well, no problems at all. It's a bit faster than the little game, but still enjoyable to play. But yeah, 13 lines, going well so far. Of course, very early days. There we go. Tetris is one of the best puzzle games of all time. It's simple yet challenging. The concept has captivated games players of all ages since the launch of its original Game Boy. Now with the launch of the Game Boy Color, its graphics have been updated and have been given a new wash of colour. And with the introduction of new and enhanced features, the best just got better. And that is a Tetris. But yes, I'm assuming it's every 50 levels of the background change. But yeah, back in the day, I can't actually recall how far I got, or should we say how far into levels I got. I do know that the background does go black, but the furthest I got is when it goes white. So I'm assuming quite some way into the game. But yeah, we're doing well so far, but still very early days. Level 3, 35 lines. And this game does also have more additional modes. It's risky when you do it like this, because you never know what you need to get arrive. It could be ages. Right, level 4, 46 lines. What I need isn't anywhere in sight. Space reducing all the time. Like I said earlier in this video, I can only recall 3 school friends owning the original Game Boy and also owning the original Tetris game. I don't recall any school friends owning a Game Boy Color. My goodness me, where is it? How close was that? There goes confirmed. 50 lines. Of course, this game does feature more modes than the first game. Of course, the classic Marathon is this one. Marathon is a standard game of Tetris. Keep playing to the blocks reach the top of the screen. The rate the blocks fall depends on the level you select. Also, the Ultra mode, which gives you 3 minutes to try and score if you can. 40-line mode, self-explanatory, and the versus computer mode, which is a mode that quite a few of the games of this list does need. Some do, some don't. It's always a nice thing to have. Right, level 9, 98 lines. There we go, 100. Then we go blue now. Blue is the colour. It's like sky blue, isn't it? One of them will arrive. It's taking a bit too long. All suddenly 2 arrive. There we go. Oh, that's a mistake as well. 24. 246. There you go. Black. My goodness me. So getting to white. Very well back then. So it must have been 300. I need to see if I've got my original scores on my original Game Boy Color. I hope so. I don't see why not. I can only recall a couple of times reaching 300s. But 9 times out of 10 it was this area, this colour should we say, that I messed up. It's very easy to mess up here. You've got to be absolutely on the ball all the time. What I need is that. That's Tetris. 283. Very happy with this. 294. Right, now we're getting really close to the top now. 295. 297. No, I'm done. That is it. 298. Please try again. Okay, everybody, it's more than footage. Hope you enjoyed my video. That's my top 10 Tetris video, which the plan was to get it done in 2 days. Unfortunately, no, it didn't go according to plan. It took 6 days. But anyways, what I do. A huge thank you to all those that watched the video up to this point. A huge shout out to the patrons. You're superb. And hopefully catch you on the next one. See you. Ciao, bye. See ya. Okay, so the game is Tetris Pro. Delivered? No. Developed, Jamie, yes. Okay, so the game is Tetris Pro. Developed by Logic Systems and published by 2000 AD. Okay, so the game is Tetris Pro, developed by Logic Systems and published by Team 17. No, Jamie, this wasn't Team 17. Well, this is a game I haven't played for so many years. I'm quite intrigued to see what it was. And it was Boxing Day 2005. So yeah, 20 years ago, nearly. A little bit like Psychnosis in a way, doesn't it? Okay, so the game is Tetris World, a version of the video game Tetris, originally released in 2001 for Microsoft Windows and Game Boy Advance. It was later released for oh, that one is officially done. Wow, I got nowhere with this game back in the day, and today I've actually finished the stage. You've got to try and reach rank 11. And it was THQ's 4th and last Tetris game after Tetris Worlds and Tetris Advance and Tetris Elements. I'm about to change my controller for this one because it wasn't working, so yeah. Was that one update? Now there's another one. Happened immediately. It looks turned off the system. Okay, so the game is Tetris, a 1989 puzzle video game developed and published by Nintendo for the Game Boy. It's a portable version of Alexei Pajitnov's original Tetris and found it. Hang on. That was an Octopus. But that doesn't count as lines, does it? So good. So good. How can I possibly talk over this? I can't talk over this. What do I do with this one? Oh, hello. Look at this. 1,
Tetris.
2.
Tetris.
Yes, that's what that's.
Come follow me. I'll show you the side of the world, the places that you've never seen. Come follow me. Come follow me. I'll show you the side of yourself, the person that you've always been, but never dreamed.